I've heard several times that ghosts follow certain types of people. These people are perfectly normal in every way. They live their lives the exact same way you do, only when they're alone, doors have a way of opening by themselves, light bulbs burn out, and they hear soft footsteps creaking through empty wooden hallways. Around them, odd things seem to happen far too often. Everyone has probably been around a person like this at some point. Someone with just a few too many stories you don't want to hear at night. I'm one of those people. I've spent most of my childhood nights restless and under my bed sheets, or as I preferred to call it, strategically camouflaged. When I think back, I wasn't the smartest kid, especially at ghost deterrence. But the fact that my cover doubled as a protective cocoon made it seem more sensible. I made it very clear to whatever spirit was around me that the Fortress of Solitude wasn't my last line of defense. If needed, I would scream for Mom. As more and more time passed, the same things would happen over and over again. Doors slammed, trinkets would fall over, and lights would flicker. I even recall a toilet flushing by itself once. It wasn't until early adulthood that I realized I didn't need to actually do anything about any of this. Nothing ever hurt me physically. It was all just varying degrees of mental strain. Even what I considered the more significant encounters, like a television turning on by itself, or actually seeing a misty form appear, eventually became, well, annoying. My defense simply became ignorance. Things still happen as an adult, but they don't bother me anymore. If something falls, I whine and pick it up. If a door opens, I grumble and close it. And if light bulbs burn out, I replace them and have an electrician look at the wiring. You can never be too safe there. And the people around me have a hard time adjusting. But me? I'm 5 by 5. Nothing creepy really scares me because I've seen it all many, many times. It gets old. And that leads us to the actual story. I'm 27 years old now, and I've just purchased my first house. It looks like a hipster's headquarters. You know the type. Big vaulted ceilings, wooden floors, big metal heating grates. The basement is grubby and needs a little work, but it's home. It's in the oldest part of town. The part that always seems to be right next to downtown. The house is really the perfect storm, as far as the supernatural goes. Zach Bagans from the Ghost Adventures could show up drooling at my doorstep tomorrow, although Dean Winchester would be better. It has storied history of multiple deaths. Check. Frequent encounters with a prominent spooky. Yeah, check. The best freaking steal on the block? Check. Hail to the king, baby. I'm a walking cliche. Anyway, the prior owner was actually a landlord looking to make money off his tenants, but he couldn't keep any. They all eventually freaked out and broke their lease. After his first loss in court, he was finally so frustrated he didn't mind taking a loss on the property. For the first couple of weeks, it was business as usual as I settled in. There was definitely a spooky here. My pictures would rattle on the wall at night, disturbing my sleep. Once more, the doors. God, what is the obsession with doors? But this wasn't my first rodeo. I coexisted, even if it was incredibly irritating. Late one night, I awoke to the sound of shattering glass. I moaned at being woken up again. That stupid spooky. It was literally its only redeeming quality that nothing had ever broken while I was living here. I said a silent prayer, hoping it wasn't my favorite Ninja Turtle mug. I turned on the light. It wouldn't work. Groaning about the light and the electrician's bill, I got up and walked to the door, which closed right as I was about to walk through. I took a deep breath, opened it again, and walked down the hallway into the kitchen without light. I stepped on a shard of glass, letting out a yelp of pain as the shard edge sank into the ball of my foot. I pulled it out to inspect it. It was a piece of Leonardo's head. I stood in my kitchen in silence, looking at other fragments on the ground. And then I felt something I had never felt before when dealing with events like this. Anger. I lost it. I fucking just lost it. Do you have any fucking idea how annoying you are? I mean, knocking things over. It was creepy when I was 10, but I'm a big girl now, and it's just plain fucking rude. Ooh, look at me. I'm a ghost. I don't have any responsibility. I can just float around and make a bunch of noises by knocking things over whenever I want. Well, guess what? I have to work tomorrow. I have to work to pay for this house you apparently still live in rent-free. Ooh, but I don't want anyone living in my house, even though I'm dead. You already had a beautiful life on this planet, and now an afterlife? And now you still want more? You're greedy. You're a greedy fucking jerk, worse than Vigo the Carpathian. And I want to make something else clear too. If you don't stop bothering me, I will never move. In fact, I will tear down this house before I move. I'll tear down this fucking house and build an all-night diner. And you know what else? I'll be open on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I will be open every single day of the year, and all just to spite you. I'll leave the diner to my kids in my will and guilt them into running it when I'm gone. It will literally be my dying wish you will never have peace and quiet ever again because of the cycle of shame I will create in my own family. And when they ask me why weird things keep happening in the kitchen, I'll just be like, oh, don't worry. That's just Mr. Wiggles. That's right. You're gonna get a nickname. A totally crappy nickname. That's the road you're headed down. Just ask your ghost friends what happened when nobody wanted to live in the houses they died in. Besides, I'm respectable. That dirty basement that no one cleaned, that's my game room now. A clean, totally rockin' game room where I can watch Netflix. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone. I'm gone most of the damn day anyway. When I'm home, all I do is watch movies and play games. Is it really that bad? I got a broom and dustpan out of the closet and began sweeping up the shards of glass in the dark. Then the lights flickered on. I put everything away and began to head back to bed. Before I flipped the lights off, I added, one more thing. What are you doing with your afterlife? Don't you have any ghost ambition? You can fly, walk through walls, take a ghost vacation with your ghost friends, go see Niagara Falls or Jupiter, swim with a colossal squid, find out if there is an unseen university or a world turtle. Seriously, why the hell are you wasting your time here? And I haven't had a problem since. Game over, man. Game over.